YouTube. Okay. Now, this is when stuff really gets crazy. You know, like I've experienced a lot of things, as you guys know, watching these videos. There's a lot of spiritual experiences that I had. But that's when things, you know, after my cousin Crystal passed, that's when I started noticing people, noticing their intentions with me, noticing how they were treating me. I had binding circles, like binding, like ceremonies done to me, you know? Like there would be family members even that would walk behind me. They'd blow on my neck. They'd walk in front of me. My cousin Dakota was one of them. My sister Melissa did that to me a couple of times. Predominantly, it was on full moon. We went to, where did we go? Oh, the escape room or something like that. Fuck, they were all weird that night, the way that they were all looking at me and standing towards me and walking in circles. Like, you know, like thinking maybe I would never talk about this or something. Kevin used to do that to me all the time. If I were trying to walk this way, he would stop. And, you know, this is why he won't come around, because he knows he has to answer to all of this, right? There's so many times when he said to me, you think you're stronger than me? You're not. And he'd always say that and he'd laugh. He's fucking eating his words now, you know that? He's living, I told him, and I told him this years ago, even before all this craziness happened. I told him, I said, I promise you, Kevin, when I do leave you, I'm going to leave you where I found you. You will never leave my energy better. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that because of who I am and the love that I've given you. Sure enough, you guys, he's 45, back at his mom's, in the basement. That's where I found him. That's where I found him, in the basement, living with his mother, right? He's exactly back where I told him, I'll leave you where I found you. I'll leave you where I found you. He always thought he was more spirit because he is powerful, right? He thinks he's a warlock. Him too, he used to do that to me. You know, I really try and not avoid. It's sad losing my mom. I know my mom wouldn't have been able to bury my cousin Crystal. Or Crystal wouldn't have been able to bury my mom. What was about to happen in my family, the unraveling of everyone, it just got bad. You know, after I had my baby, I got baptized. In that baptism, my godfather is Bradley, my uncle. During my baptism, as I was getting my blessing from the Father, right? The holy water thrown on me, he blocked me. He put his hand in front of me and he started speaking in tongues. You don't speak in tongues in the Roman Catholic Church, right? You don't. Like, I want to put this camera lower because I hate the way I feel like I'm always looking up at you guys because that's not the way that I sit. Hi. Is that better? I don't know. I just don't want to be like looking up. I put it down lower, so now I shouldn't. I should have tested that first, but either way. Yeah, that's better. See, because I always feel like I'm going like that all the time, so now I can sit like this normal. And he spoke in tongues, you know, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And even when we went down to the bottom of the church to go and eat when we were done, I said to my mom, like, what the fuck was that? She goes, I didn't notice, my baby. And my mom was bunned out at the time, right? And I just feel like everyone in my family kept my mom like that. You know what I mean? Like, my dad got this prescription for morphine and he just give them to her and like just let her get all bunned out. Like, it's almost like how everyone in my family would just, and even my friends would just give me dope just to let me be all doped out. You know what I mean? Like, nobody really cared. And I hated that. you know? And I will tell you guys, like, my mom is not the type of soul to ever tell her, like, you couldn't tell my mom, don't do that. My mom will tell you where to go and how to get there, right? So I get that. I get that. A lot of people even watching this video will be like, yeah, right, you try and tell your mom no, right? So I get it, but it's like, it's just weird when you think back on everything, right? I'm like, why was everyone just all, like, why did everyone just let everyone be doped out? Like, this generation now, that's not gonna happen, my kids. No, no, no. These entities, no. But then that's when things, you know, really got weird. And then, like, my cousin TJ comes and he brings me dope. And it wasn't even good dope, right? He's like, sell this, right? And, like, Kevin wouldn't even do that dope. And, like, he would leave. I felt like he was getting different dope and coming home. And it could be the psychosis, you guys. You know what I mean? This could all just be that. But nonetheless, it was just all weird, right? Like, I was very much in tune with my environment, what my family members were saying. Even when we were all getting high here after a Thanksgiving, my cousin Frog and her husband were here. They were even being weird, walking circles around me, right? And, like, the conversations that were had, like, it's like they were all trying to profit off of me, off of my energy. And if I'm wrong, so be it. But again, you guys know what this is. This is my truth, the way that I seen all of this, right? I feel like I'm avoiding trying to talk about my mom. I'm doing that again. I'm doing it again. So anyways, that happened before my mom passed away, my baptism, eh? And again, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I knew even some of the stuff that my Uncle Tuck would say to me. He'd be like, you think God's going to help you? I was like, what? And again, this is before my spiritual awakening. I'm like, what, Uncle? He's like, you think God's going to help you? I was like, yeah. Like, God's always getting creator? Yeah. He's like, there ain't no God. And, like, why would my uncle say that to me? Like, why would you just say that to me randomly? You know what I mean? And even his wife did some fucked up shit to me. And it's like every person who's ever crossed me in this family, they're either dead or God took something from them. Like, whatever people were wishing for me, it came back to them. So if I was supposed to be so addicted, now their child's addicted. You know what I mean? Like, now they're going through what they wanted for me. It's just weird, you guys. And I was afraid to talk about this for a long time because I feel like there was a spirit of confusion that was put on me. That confusion that my family had me under, it's crystal clear. Everything is crystal fucking clear. And boy, the amount of confusion and instability that's coming for all of them is crazy. It's crazy. And they did this shit to me for years, you guys. So you guys know the karma that's about to come for them, you know? Even the ones that knew about people pulling the trigger, right? They knew that they're gonna get it just as bad as the person who pulled the trigger. I didn't know, I didn't do it, I didn't, you know? You're gonna get it just as bad. My mom she come sit with me 3 days before she passed away. I went out the night before. Me and Kevin got into a fight over dope, like fist fight. He ended up hitting me here and I cut him on the side of his face. We're like Tina Turner and Ike Turner. It was so bad. We used to crack each other around. Stupid and toxic. Fuck. So anyways, I went out the night before and I did end up getting into a scrap, and I'm telling you guys, that was the devil that I got into a scrap with. But my lip was like that from Kevin. This person who I fought the night before or whatever at the bar, they didn't hit me. They bit my finger. It was the devil. I'm telling you guys, it was the fucking devil. I went out with my cousin TJ, his wife Oli at the time. I can't remember who else come. There's 2 more people. Oh, my niece and me. Yeah. So just the 5 of us, 4 of us, 5 of us, 4 of us, whatever, went out. Coming out of the bar, there's this big fucking robotic looking girl, right? And like, I'm telling you, like a big fucking bitch. Like I had to look up at her like that. I was like, excuse me, I'm trying to get into my car. And she's like, fuck you. And I was like, can you move? I'm trying to get into my car. And she said something again. I was like, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but I'll tell you right now, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. You think I'm fucking scared of you? I'm not. Get the fuck out of my way, I told her. And she's just standing there, like just looking at me. And I'm getting angry. The devil, fuck man, the devil. That's what I felt, was just something like hit her, like this ugly energy, like, ugh, and I'm just feeling rage, right? I'm like, ugh, like, you know what it was the most, I was like, what the fuck? Like she was attaching something onto me to get angry. You know what I mean? And I'm just like looking at her, and all of a sudden I just went, boof, 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 right? Left, right, left, right. That fucking bitch didn't even budge. Her jaw didn't go left, right, nothing. She just, like this, like just like that. My knuckles ended up hurting. It's like she was metal or something. It was weird. And then she starts laughing. My cousin TJ he'll tell you. Like that. I'm like, what the fuck? I just felt eerie, ugly, right? And she's looking at me, and she's coming closer and looking, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I go to punch her again. The fucking bitch, she took my finger in her fucking mouth. I ended up tripping her, right? Because you guys know, well, I don't know if you know how to scrap or not, but my finger's in her fucking mouth, and I grab the back of her fucking head, and I trip her, right? And we fall down together, and I'm fucking pounding her. I'm like, TJ, she has my fucking finger. She's not hitting me. Nothing, just, she's going like that. On my finger, right? I'm like, this fucking bitch has my finger. And my cousin, he's solid. He's fucking boom, like hitting her. She won't fucking budge. She won't fucking move. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Right? And then finally I get my finger out. This fucking bitch starts laughing again. I'm like, man, we got this. Like, all of us. We all got chills. I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here. We laughed, right? And she just gets up and like looks as we're driving away. I was like, okay, I don't give a fuck what any of you guys say. That was the fucking devil, man. That was the fucking devil. I was like, what the fuck? TJ's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Right? It was weird. So anyways, my mommy comes over that next day. She felt something. She comes over and she goes, my girl, I want you to do my hair. I was like, oh, mommy, what are you doing here? She goes, I want you to do my hair, my girl. I was like, okay. She's like, come talk to me outside. I said, okay. And we go sit in my backyard. I run back in to grab my water bottle, trying to cover my lip, because me and Kev got into a fight. She goes, what happened to your face? I said, look, and I showed her my finger. I said, I got into a fight last night. I said, well, I wouldn't call it a fight. I was hitting her, and the only thing she did was bit my finger, but she was laughing like the fucking devil, Mom. Holy fuck. Then I told her the story. I was like, Mom, I don't know if that was my Waterloo, because my mom always warned me about a Waterloo. If you guys don't know what a Waterloo is, it's when you think you're big and bad, but one day you'll meet your Waterloo, and that Waterloo will drop you. But that Waterloo didn't drop me, but she bit the fuck out of my fucking finger. She didn't hit me, but literally shook me to the point where I was like, what the fuck? Right? And she goes, that was the devil, my girl. I'm like, what? She goes, that was. So I am spraying her hair and brushing it. She goes, my Tanny. I was like, what? She said, don't you let that man hit you. I was like, I know. And she turned around, she looked at me. She goes, that mark on your lip, that isn't from last night. I was like, yes, it is. Lied to my mom. She knew, though. It's a mother's love, a mother's connection. She knew. So I'm braiding her hair, combing it. She says, my Tanny. But her voice went sad. I said, what, Mama? I said, do you want a fishtail braid or... No, just a normal braid, my girl. I said, okay. I said, but what? She goes, Mommy's gonna do more for you on the other side than I can here, okay? I was like, what? What are you talking about? And I put my hand, because I'm standing behind her, right? I put my hand on her shoulder and I go around like, I was like that. I was like, what are you talking about? And she puts her hand on my hand. I'm gonna do more for you on the other side than I can here, okay, my baby? And I was like, you're not going anywhere. What do you mean? What, like, why are you saying that to me? And she looked back like this. I love you, my Tanny. I said, I love you too, Mom. And I'm mad now, right? Because I can feel that. I was like, Mom, don't say that to me. Don't go nowhere. I'm not ready for you to go anywhere. Braid my hair, she said. So I did. I gave her a big hug and a kiss. Kissed her everywhere. Said, I love you, Mom. And then she grabbed Kevin, told him to come outside, and they had a talk. And I don't know exactly what she said to him, but he said one thing she did say was, take care of my daughter. I don't know if she told him, I know who the fuck you are, you little devil-worshipping, cocksucking motherfucker. You touch my fucking daughter, I promise you it's going to be the last thing that you do. I don't know if that's what she said. I hope she said that. But he wouldn't tell me, right? When she took him out to the back, he wouldn't tell me. I was like, what did my mom fucking... It was like over the spiritual awakening happening, right? I was like, what did my mom say to you? He's like, you want to know? She told me to take care of you. Like, why wouldn't she tell me that in the first place if that's what she said? Yeah, right. She probably told him. I know who you are. You little devil. I'm going to help my daughter and we're going to beat you and your little fucking scandalous crew. I bet you that's what she said. Anyways, 3 days later, my cousin TJ ends up going home. We have a shit ton of dope from him. He dropped off. I don't know how much it was. He dropped it off, went back to his place or whatever, like out of town. And so obviously Kevin and I were getting high. Which I promised my baby when I had her, she wouldn't have that mother. Ugh. So anyways, we're getting high. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden, my mom calls my phone on April 4th at 3 o'clock in the morning. Or May 4th. Yeah, Mom died 5/5. Crystal died April 17th. Yeah. 4/8. Yeah. Okay. 5/5.